I plan to say today's cricket news. Top 5 biggest ODI chokes while chasing a target in the 21st century. Here we look at top 5 best instances in the 21st century ODIs where the chasing team lost from a winning position. The one-day international cricket has seen a lot of changes over the decades and many new age rules have been adopted since the start of the 21st century. The importance of chasing increased with the frequency of successful chasing rising globally. Even huge targets of 350 plus have been chased down in recent times, which was considered to be winning score even in the 15-20 years ago. The modern day matches saw the chasing team winning even from the toughest of positions. However, there are few occasions when the team chasing fell a couple of runs short despite being in the best situations even until the penultimate ball of the innings. Here we look at top 5 best instances in the 21st century ODIs where the chasing team lost from a winning position. Number 1. Australia vs Sri Lanka in Dambulla 2004. Australia's tour of Sri Lanka began with an 84-run win in the first game of the 5-match ODI series. However, in the second ODI, Sri Lanka made a good start with each of their top 4 scoring over 37 runs. Lankans were placed at 192 for 2 in the 38th over but lost their remaining 8 wickets for only 53 runs. Chasing a modest total of 250, Australia decided to open the innings with Michael Clarke by pushing Adam Gilchrist to the middle order after the wicketkeeper top scored in the first match with a 64 ball 66. Michael Clarke, however, got out on the third ball on the chase before Australia scored their first run. But Matthew Hayden and Ricky Ponting had a 148 for the second wicket in a little over 30 overs. Australia's total that time read 148 for 1 after 31 overs and was only 98 runs away from taking a 2-0 lead. From a solid position, the Aussies slipped to 192 for 5 by the 42nd over as they lost 4 wickets for 44 runs in 62 balls. Australia were still on top as they needed 54 from 52 balls, with Andrew Simmons and Michael Bevan at the crease. The Duke tried to ensure they remained unbeaten till the end as they kept rotating the strike. A 6 by Bevan in the penultimate over of Muthiah Muralidharan brought down the equation to 8 runs from the last over. Chaminda was bowled tight lines as only 3 runs came from the first 5 balls. With the third and the fourth ball of the over to Simmons being dot balls, Australia could only manage get 3 runs on the final ball when 5 runs were needed and lost the game by just 1 run. The narrowest loss in the ODI for chasing team despite losing only 5 wickets in their innings. And number 2, India vs England in Mumbai 2002. This incident happened in 2002. The 6-match ODI series between India and England in 2002 was set to scheduled at the Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium. India was leading the series by 3-2 margin and to win the series, they needed to ensure that they didn't lose the match. England, who batted first, got off to a great start with Marcus Trescotty scored a 80 ball 95 runs. The visitors were 153 for 2 after 22 overs, but Harbhajan Singh's 5-wicket haul saw England getting bowled out for 255 in 49.1 overs, having lost their last 8 wickets for just 102 runs. India got off to a solid start as they were 2 down for 88 in only 13 overs. Captain Sourav Ganguly took the responsibility of the chase as he put on 67 for the third wicket with Dinesh Mongia. He got out smashing 4 fours and 4 sixes during his 99 ball 80. The home team were still 65 runs away from a win when Ganguly was dismissed as the 4th wicket of the Indian run chase with 13.1 overs to go. Mohammad Kaif got out of the end of the 40th over, leaving India to score 50 from the last 10 overs with 5 wickets in hand. India was still favourites to win the match with Hemang Badani at the crease and the required run rate only 5. But Ajay Ratra and Ajit Agarkar got out in the 45th and the 46th over respectively, denting India, who still needed 32 from 28 balls. Harbhajan Singh returned the pavilion as well and the equation came down to 18 from the last 2 overs. Badani and Anil Kumble added 12 from the next 9 balls as India continued their fight. Kumble was run out as a striker then while trying to sneak in a bye on the 4th ball, while Javagal Srinath was cleaned up by Andrew Flintoff on the penultimate delivery. Thus, England won the game by 5 runs and drew the series by 3-3 margin. India media carried the tags of chokers followed the Mumbai defeat as the Indian team missed the chance of winning the series in the previous game itself. Chasing 272 to win in Delhi, India was firmly placed at 211 for 3 after 40 overs. But they lost 5 wickets for just 28 runs in the 37 balls and were left to score 32 runs in 23 balls, with only 2 wickets in hand. Ajit Agarkar tried his best and brought the equation down to 9 runs from the last over but only got 6 runs. Flintoff ran across 1KD, removing his jersey after sealing a close win. This very incident was base for Ganguly's shirtless celebrations during the Nadwas Series victory later in the Lord's balcony. And number 3, South Africa versus Pakistan in the Port Elizabeth 2013. Pakistan were 1-0 up during the 3-match ODI series in South Africa during the November 2013. The two sides were clashed at St. George's Park in Port Elizabeth, with the hosts being in a do-or-die situation. A delayed start reduced the game to 45 overs each. Ahmad Shehzad stepped up for the visitors with a 112 ball 102 as Pakistan were bowled out for 262 in the restricted overs. The required rate at the start of the chase was close to 6 runs, but South Africa was going around 4.5 runs and over until the 26th over. Quinton de Kock scored a 52 ball 47, but Hashim Amla scored only 57 of 83 balls when he was accompanied by AB de Villiers, who came to bat at number 5th position. South Africa at the stage needed 99 from 66 balls, but from there on the hosts yielded 64 runs in the next 27 balls as AB de Villiers alone scored 44 of 18 balls in that period. He fell after scoring a quick-firing 74 from 45 balls, leaving the Proteas to chase 36 from 38 balls. Things become easy for the hosts after ABD's bliss, who were only needing 11 runs from the last 2 overs. Syed Ajmal bowled the penultimate over and conceded only 2 runs on the first 3 balls. The next 3 didn't fetch a run as Hashim Amla failed to find the gap on the back-to-back deliveries before miscuing one to the deep fielder when on 98. JP Dumini was dismissed on the second ball of the final over, bowled by Junaid Khan. The left-arm pacer let the home team score only 2 runs in the next 3 balls. He wrapped up the game conceding 4 leg byes when 6 runs were needed as South Africa lost the game by just 1 run and also lost the ODI series against Pakistan. And number 4, Pakistan versus South Africa, this time in Sharjah 2013. South Africa got off to a mixed start in their UAE tour in 2013 as they drew the 2-match test series 1-1. It was followed by a 5-match ODI series to which South Africans didn't mark best of the starts with the bat. In the first ODI at Sharjah Stadium, the visitors were 86 for 6 by the 27th over, but managed to reach 183 thanks to a 50 from YM Panel, 56 of 70 balls. Ahmad Shehzad's 58 put Pakistan in a strong position as he shared key partnership with Mohammad Hafiz 28 and Misbah al-Haq 31. Pakistan stood 19 runs away from the victory in the 41st over with 6 wickets in hand. Umar Amin 20 and Umar Akmal 18 were dismissed in successive overs on the same score, giving an opening to South Africa to step back into the game. In the very next over, Sohail Tanvir was caught behind with 10 runs still to score. An over Later, it was Shahid Afridi's turn to do something foolish as he was hauled to the mid-wicket in Imran Tahir's bowling. In the same over, Wahab Reyes was trapped in front by leg spinner. Without scoring, Pakistan was left with only a wicket in hand but had to score 7 more runs in 6.1 overs. The last pair, Saeed Ajmal and Mohammad Irfan, showed no urgency as they had 5 runs in 15 balls. Mone Mokel finally got one to go through Irfan's defence as the Proteas held to a 1-run win. Pakistan went on to win the second ODI, but South Africa won the remaining 3 games to clinch the ODI series by 4-1. And number 5 is West Indies versus Australia in SD Kids in 2008. Australia lost the one-off T20 during the Caribbean Tour in 2008 after winning the three-match Test series by 2-0 margin. They bounced back in the ODI series by registering a hat-trick of wins to take a series-winning lead. The fourth ODI was hosted by Warner Park in Basseterre, Andrew Symonds 87 of 78 and Dave Hussey's 50 of 51 powered the Aussies to 282 for 8 with the help of a 127 runs partnership for the fifth wicket. However, West Indies lost the wicket of Xavier Marshall in the very first over of the chase. But their captain Chris Gale put West Indies in the hand with a century partnership with Ramaneshwar Sarwan. They added 137 runs for the second wicket with only 23.1 overs before Sarwan got out scoring 63 from 79 balls. Gale shared a 50-run stand in exactly 10 overs with Shivran Chanderpaul later. The West Indian skipper eventually got out in the 34th over at score of 188 for 3. He scored a run, a ball, 92 with 10 fours and 4 sixes. Dwayne Bravo played a crucial knock of 31 or 32 balls to take the team to 247 for 4 in 43 overs. He and Chanderpaul added 59 runs for the fourth wicket in only 56 balls. West Indies further needed only 36 runs for 7 wickets with plenty of handy batsmen to come. Brett Lee picked up his third wicket of the innings by dismissing Sean Finley in the 48th over. The Horse were pretty much in driver's seat at the point as they needed only 12 runs to win more than 16 balls. Danish Ramadan played out the remaining 4 balls of lead over while only 4 runs came in the penultimate 49th over bowled by Nathan Bracken. Chanderpaul was cleaned up on the last ball of the over trying for a big heave. Shane Watson got the ball to defend 8 runs in the last over against the likes of Darren Sammy and Ramdin. The Australian all-rounder gave only 1 run on all the 6 balls. As a result, the Caribbean team fell a run short of visitors' total. Thank you for watching my channel. Kindly like, subscribe and comment. And for more such notifications of the World Cricket, kindly subscribe channel and also can like, share and comment the video. Thank you.